A spokesperson does not have to be ignorant about other sports just because they are good at their particular sport. These athletes frequently encourage other athletes and players by attending other sporting events. Hello and welcome to our channel. We are here with another video of the football teams that are highly supported by F1 drivers. Like other athletes, F1 drivers frequently visit other athletic events. Football is one such activity that is enjoyed by anyone, and even F1 drivers are avid followers of the game. Some of them have even gone to football stadiums to see their preferred teams play. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton have been the top two Formula 1 drivers during the entire season in 2021. The Englishman and Dutchman both have a passion for football in addition to motorsport. The drivers can't watch their preferred football team every week of the season, but who do they root for? Some drivers' opinions are pretty unambiguous. For instance, Max Verstappen, a big PSV supporter, has already signed up for a FIFA match with Matthias de Ligt and Frankie de Jong, two former Ajax football players. De Jong won the race, but the Aston Martin Red Bull racing driver vowed to win in the opposite direction. Do you know what football team does Max Verstappen root for? Verstappen plays for PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. That isn't his only team though. The Red Bull driver claims to support Barcelona internationally and to have backed Ajax in the Champions League, which hasn't been well received by other PSV Eindhoven fans. In a recent interview with DAZN, Verstappen said, "My favorite team in Holland is PSV Eindhoven, but let's say worldwide it's Barcelona." Even though Verstappen said that he was sad to hear that Ronald Koeman had been fired, he spoke about Xavi's presence in the Camp Nou dugout during that conversation. The F1 athlete stated, "I think Xavi's comeback is excellent for the club, although I'm sad for Koeman because he had to go and is also a club legend because he is Dutch." Let's take a look at which football team is Lewis Hamilton's favorite. Lewis Hamilton has been an Arsenal supporter since he was 5 years old, and Arsene Wenger once invited him to a training session. When asked about his fondness of Arsenal, Hamilton told Sky Sports that he grew to love the team with Ian Wright, obviously at the time. He talked about how much he loved the sport and how he had played when he was younger. "Because I was so energized as a child," he claimed, "I wasn't horrible at football when I was a youngster. I was jogging twice as many yards because I was a center midfielder and did the attack and defense job." Also, let's find out which Nico Rosberg is a fan of which football team. When the two were teammates at Mercedes, Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton engaged in a heated on-track rivalry. On the racetrack, Hamilton has largely prevailed, but Rosberg has the upper hand when it comes to football because he backs Bayern Munich, which has recently defeated Arsenal in some famous matches. The first club I went to was Bayern. Over and over, every Saturday there was a football running when I was at my parents' house. All the clubs were visible there, however, Bayern predominated during the week. During the Champions League nights, something happened between me and them and I began to love them, Rosberg said during a transfer market interview. The German's second favorite pastime behind racing is football, and he is a devoted follower of his country's football team. He tweets frequently about Germany and Bayern Munich. However, there are more football club supporters among the drivers in the paddock. Between races, they occasionally try to catch a game of their favorite team. Lewis Hamilton is a huge fan of Arsenal, while Daniel Ricciardo enjoys keeping an eye on Manchester United. Four-time Formula 1 world champion Sebastian Vettel is also the sport's most recent world champion. Vettel does not, however, back the opulent Bayern Munich. Rather, he backs Eintracht Frankfurt, unlike his fellow countryman Rosberg. In addition to being an avid football player, Vettel has participated in charity games. Although the German is predicted to lose the Drivers' Championship to Hamilton this year, he can at least take solace in the fact that Frankfurt won the DFB Pokal last year, marking the club's first significant victory since 1988. We learned that Carlos Sainz and his family are avid Real Madrid supporters via the Netflix series Drive to Survive. Charles Leclerc is a fan of AS Monaco, his home team. Additionally, Sergio Perez and Pierre Gasly select Club America and Paris Saint-Germain, two clubs from their respective nations, as their favorite teams. Fernando Alonso, a two-time world champion, is a supporter of Real Madrid, the current European champions. The Spaniard was made an honorary Real Madrid member in September 2017. The honor was presented to Alonso by Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. "Thank you very much, Mr. Mr. President. This is a tremendously special day for me. I do not miss anything that happens at this club, and when people ask me why I am a supporter, I always say I don't know why, because I was just born to be a Real Madrid supporter, Alonso said. My house always had a lot of football growing up, he said. My father was from Madrid, and he instilled in me the principles of this wonderful club. With 7 drivers' championships under his belt, including 5 straight, Michael Schumacher is the most successful driver in F1 history. The German played football as a passion, and even for the FC Eikekens team in his hometown. In addition to organizing games amongst Formula 1 drivers, Schumacher has played in other charity football matches. When asked how he came to enjoy football, he answered, "It can most probably be linked to former German internationals Toni Schumacher and Pierre Lidbarski. They were the 2 players who stood out the most to me as a child. Not only him, but also one of the greatest F1 drivers of all time, Ayrton Senna, was a fervent supporter of Corinthians, a team situated in Sao Paulo, where he was born. Senna was once seen sporting the Corinthians logo on a white shirt underneath his racing overalls, and the club has honored the 3-time world champion numerous times." Corinthians played a recording in Senna's honor on March 21st, 2010, which would have been his 50th birthday. Senna's famous helmet was worn by the club's athletes in 2014 as they competed in a Copa do Brasil game. The unveiling of a shirt in his honor on October 3rd, 2018, was the club's largest homage to Senna, who passed away in a racing accident in the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. His autograph and 41 stripes, one for each of his triumphs, were on the uniform. Daniel Ricciardo is a devoted supporter of the Buffalo Bills and largely follows American football. However, this does not imply that the Honey Badger avoids European football. It turns out that he often monitors the Premier League scoreboard. Ricciardo enjoys following Manchester United. The largest soccer team in France, according to certain measures, is followed by Pierre Gasly. The top football players, including Southern American superstars Neymar Jr. and Lionel Messi, can be found at Paris Saint-Germain, better known as PSG. The latter entered PSG in 2021 after leaving FC Barcelona. The most competitive and lucrative racing championship in the world is thought to be Formula 1. With millions of fans worldwide, the sport includes some of the fastest automobiles racing on tracks. Few people realize how much of a team sport Formula 1 is, and when many great drivers retire, that sense of camaraderie and belonging is one of the things they regret the most. Perhaps this explains why so many motorists are drawn to football, whether it be by participating in a club team or attending games with friends and family. This was all about the video today. I hope that you liked it, and also do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.